The orbital station Nexus Prime hummed with activity as beings from dozens of species conducted their interstellar business. In the lower maintenance levels, where few bothered to venture, Adam Martinez pushed his cleaning cart through dimly lit corridors, whistling an old Earth tune his grandmother had taught him. At 26, Adam had been working as a janitor on the station for 3 years. The pay was modest, but it allowed him to send credits back to his family on Earth while exploring the galaxy. Most species barely acknowledged his existence. Humans were considered a minor, unremarkable race by galactic standards. As he rounded a corner near the waste recycling center, Adam noticed a figure slumped against the wall. It was a woman in a tattered maintenance uniform, her long black hair covering most of her face. She appeared human at first glance, though something about her seemed different, perhaps the way she held herself or the unusual pallor of her skin.
"Hey, are you okay?"
Adam approached cautiously, setting down his cleaning supplies. The woman looked up, revealing striking violet eyes that seemed to shimmer in the artificial light. I am fine," she said, though her voice carried an odd melodic quality. "Just resting." Adam noticed her hands trembling slightly. "When's the last time you ate? You look like you could use some food." "Food?" She tilted her head as if the concept required consideration. "I have not consumed nourishment in some time." Without hesitation, Adam reached into his jacket and pulled out a wrapped sandwich, his only meal for the day. Credits had been tight this month after sending extra money home for his sister's medical bills. "Here, take this. It's not much, but it should help." The woman, who had introduced herself simply as Kinza, stared at the offering with wide eyes. "This is yours?" "Yeah, but I can grab something later." Adam smiled, though his stomach growled in protest. "Don't worry about it. We all need to look out for each other out here, right?" Kinza accepted the sandwich with hands that shook slightly. As she unwrapped it, Adam noticed her fingers were longer than they should be, with an almost ethereal quality to them. But hunger and kindness took precedence over curiosity. "Why?" she asked, taking a small experimental bite. Her eyes widened at the taste. "Why give this to a stranger?" Adam shrugged. "My grandmother always said that sharing food is sharing humanity. Doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. When someone's hungry, you feed them if you can." Over the following weeks, Adam encountered Kinza regularly during his rounds. She claimed to work in the deep maintenance sectors, though he never saw her with any equipment or tools. Each time he shared whatever food he had, often leaving himself with nothing but vending machine snacks. Kinza proved to be an excellent listener, asking thoughtful questions about Earth customs, human families, and concepts like compassion and selflessness. Her violet eyes would light up when Adam spoke about his grandmother's cooking or his sister's dreams of becoming a doctor. "Your species is fascinating," Kinza said one evening as they sat in an abandoned storage bay sharing Adam's meager dinner. "Most beings in the galaxy prioritize personal survival above all else." "Humans aren't perfect," Adam replied, breaking his protein bar in half despite Kinza's protests. "But we've learned that taking care of each other makes us all stronger. My grandmother used to say that kindness is the only currency that increases when you spend it." What Adam didn't know was that Kinza was actually Queen Zenara of the Veiltar Empire, one of the most powerful civilizations in the galaxy. Her people were ancient, technologically advanced, and had been observing humanity's recent emergence into galactic society with cold calculation. The Veiltar Empire was considering whether to allow humanity's continued expansion or to quietly eliminate what they saw as a potentially chaotic element in their ordered universe. Queen Zenara had taken human form to conduct personal reconnaissance, expecting to find the same greed and violence that characterized most species they had encountered. Instead, she found Adam. 1 month after their first meeting, the station's communication systems crackled to life with an urgent announcement. "All sentients report to designated assembly areas immediately. This is a priority alpha directive from the Galactic Council." Adam found himself herded into the main concourse along with thousands of other beings. The air thrummed with anxiety as massive ships appeared outside the station's viewports, sleek, crystalline vessels that seemed to bend light around them. "Citizens of the galaxy," a voice resonated through every speaker, carrying harmonics that touched something primal in every listener. "I am Queen Zenara of the Veiltar Empire. We have come to address the question of humanity's place in our cosmos. Adam's blood ran cold. The Veiltar were legendary, ancient beings of immense power who rarely involved themselves directly in galactic affairs. When they did, entire species either prospered under their protection or simply disappeared. The crowd parted as a figure materialized on the central platform, surrounded by shifting light. As the radiance faded, Adam's heart stopped. It was Kinza, but not the Kinza he knew. This being stood 12 feet tall, her form both terrible and beautiful, with skin that seemed to contain starlight and eyes that held the depth of nebulae. Yet her face, transformed as it was, remained unmistakably familiar. For cycles beyond counting, Queen Zanara's voice echoed through the station. My people have maintained order in this galaxy by eliminating chaotic elements. We recently identified humanity as a potential threat to galactic stability. Murmurs of fear rippled through the crowd. Adam felt his legs wobble, but he couldn't look away from those cosmic eyes that had once seemed so warmly human. However, the Queen continued, one of your species has shown me something we had not encountered in millennia of observation. A human janitor, believing me to be merely another struggling being, shared his food with me daily, even when it meant going hungry himself. He asked for nothing in return, expected no reward, and showed kindness simply because it was right. Her gaze found Adam in the crowd, and for a moment he saw Kinza again, the lonely figure he'd met in a maintenance corridor. This human taught me that compassion is not weakness, but rather the rarest form of strength. His grandmother's wisdom, that kindness is the only currency that increases when spent, has shown us a truth we had forgotten in our pursuit of order. The Queen's form began to shift, becoming smaller, more human, until Kinza stood before them once again. The Veiltar Empire hereby grants humanity full protection and partnership status. We will learn from each other. We will share our technology and wisdom, while humanity shares the gift that we had almost forgotten, the ability to see strangers as family. As the crowd erupted in celebration and relief, Kinza walked directly to Adam, who stood frozen in shock. Thank you, she said simply, her violet eyes now glowing with warm light, for reminding the universe what it means to be truly civilized. Adam stared at her, his mind reeling. All this time, you were a queen who had forgotten what it meant to be kind, Kinza replied. Until a janitor from Earth taught me that the greatest power in the universe isn't the ability to destroy, but the willingness to share your last meal with a stranger. In the days that followed, as humanity suddenly found itself elevated to a position of unprecedented galactic influence, historians would mark this moment as the beginning of a new age. They would call it the Compassion Accords, the day that human kindness literally changed the course of galactic civilization. But Adam would always remember it simply as the day he learned that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is share a sandwich with someone who looks hungry. His grandmother's wisdom had not only fed a stranger, it had fed hope to an entire galaxy.